What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I want to talk about all the movies I've watched and the video games I beat in the month of April 2024. So I've watched a total of 64 movies in the month of April. So I'm going to go through them all. The first movie I watched, Good Burger 2. I didn't know it was on Vudu and all that stuff until I watched the video, seeing someone buying it from Walmart. It's like, that's out now on physical copy. So I got Good Burger 2 on Vudu, so I watched that. And since I watched Good Burger 2, I wanted to watch Volume 1 of all that. And I watched that on Vudu also, but it doesn't show all the episodes or the full episodes because when you watched it on Nickelodeon back in the day, they would have musical artists as a special guest, and they didn't show that on Vudu, so they didn't show everything. I watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I watched Wish, Meet the Blacks, The King's Man, Meet the Blacks 2, The Secret of Nymph, and The Secret of Nymph 2, Where the Heart Is, I Don't Know How She Does It, Joyful Noise, Anywhere But Here, Never Been Kissed, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, the 1963 version of The Haunting, The Black Cauldron, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Those were fun movies to watch. I didn't know that George Clooney was in the second movie. And I was like, no way. So those movies are real good. They're like silly, real silly, but they're good. DC Cab with Mr. T, Sharktopus, Recess School's Out, The Zombie Diaries 2, Surfer Dude, Soap Dish, Time Bandits. I did not understand the ending to that. So, if you watch Time Bandits, if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know that if you watch Time Bandits and never seen it, if you've never seen Time Bandits, go watch it, and the ending would be like, what the heck? So, I didn't understand that. I watched the 1994 version of Miracle on 34th Street, Just Getting Started, King Solomon's Mines, Swing Shift, Space Camp, White Fang 2, Krippendorf's Tribe, a very Brady sequel, which that was a good movie, Secret Headquarters, uh, 1977 movie called The Sentinel, Hideaway, Lewis Black, Red, White, and Screwed, Laughing Matters, The Best of the Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, stand-up comedians, The Fluffy Movie, Dawn of the Dragon Slayer, Ender's Game, TheBrainiacs.com, Man on a Ledge, Limitless, Beat Street, Annapolis, Clute, Where the Buffalo Roam. Then I watched the original 1947 Miracle on 34th Street, but it was remastered in color. So I had the VHS remastered in color. It was still pretty good. Awakenings, News of the World, The Quake, Coco, RoboCop 3, Once Upon a Texas Train, Whatever It Takes. I watched The Wave. The Quake and The Wave are both like Norwegian disaster movies, but I kind of watched them out of order. It was supposed to be The Wave first, then The Quake, but I watched The Quake first and then The Wave. But they were really, really good disaster movies from Norway. Uh, Hot Stuff, the Wild Thornberrys movie, Future Force, and Future Zone. I don't know why. Future Zone is a sequel to Future Force, and I don't know why they could have just renamed it Future Force 2. I don't understand that. And then the last movie I watched was Iron Will. And now that was 64 movies. And now for the video games, I beat 14 video games, and most of them was Super Nintendo games. Um, I beat Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Sega Genesis. I beat Wayne's World for Super Nintendo. I beat Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate for Xbox 360. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for Super Nintendo. Realm for Super Nintendo. Raiden Trad for Super Nintendo. Final Fight for Super Nintendo. Demon's Quest for Super Nintendo. Family Dog for Super Nintendo. Family Dog is supposed to be a kid's game about a kid's show, animated kid's show in the 90s, and I played this game, and it was the hardest kids game I've ever played. I don't understand it. It's just why it was so hard, but I finally beat it, and that game almost broke me, I swear. Castlevania Dracula X, that was a fun game to play. Wolverine Adamantium Rage for Super Nintendo. The Plan for PS2. Little Big Planet 2 for PlayStation 3. And the last game I beat was Contra 3 The Alien Wars. So those are all the movies I watched and the video games I beat in the month of April. I'm going to try to play more Super Nintendo games and try to watch between, I'm going to make a goal. I want to try to watch between more movies than last month. I want to try to watch between 80 to 100. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to just watch movies all day long. But anyway, that is all the movies I watched and the video games I beat in the month of April. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later.